This is Reedy's Geometry again. This is section 2.2, and we're still talking about logic statements. And I'm just going to work a few examples, because most of this stuff from section 2.2 we already know, or we've talked about. And if you need to review converse, inverse, and contrapositive, you need to go back and watch the first video in section 2.1. But I'm going to get right to the problems here, and I'm going to work number 6 first of all. It says, write the converse of the statement. If Steve doesn't like peanuts, then Charlie did not go out Monday night. Remember that the converse is a statement where you take the if and the then and switch them around. So all I'm going to do is take the then part of this statement and make it the if part of the statement. So the converse will be, if Charlie did not go out Monday night, if Charlie did not go out Monday night, then, well, after the then comes the if part in the original. Steve doesn't like peanuts. Steve doesn't like peanuts. So here's my converse statement. Now, in number 12, it says write the biconditional, which we haven't talked about yet, as a statement and its converse. You guys, a biconditional statement is one statement, if and only if, a second statement. All right? We said a conditional was if P then Q, and we said, I'm just going to write this up at the top, that we would denote that by P arrow Q, and we would say P implies Q. On an if and only if, it's true that P implies Q, and it's also true that Q implies P. The statement and its converse are both true. When we denote that like this, P double arrow Q, and that double arrow is read as if and only if. That is called a biconditional statement. So in number 12 it says write the biconditional, and they've given us a biconditional statement, as a statement and its converse. Kathy has a red hat, if and only if it is not raining. So the first statement is Kathy has a red hat, and the second statement is it is not raining. The original statement would be, if Kathy has a red hat, then it is not raining. If Kathy has a red hat, then it is not raining. Oops. A little sloppy, but you get the idea. Now, its converse is, if it is not raining, then Kathy has a red hat. That's also true, so I write the converse as well. If it is not raining, then Kathy has a red hat. All right, the next problem is number 17. It says write the biconditional. Remember, a biconditional is if and only if between the two statements P and Q. This is written in conditional form. If thou has a red hat, that's the first part, then it is 1 p.m. What would the biconditional sound like? Well, it would have the first part, thou has a red hat, and then would come if and only if. And then the second part, which is it is 1 p.m. So my biconditional is Val has a red hat if and only if it is 1 p.m. Now let's look at number 18. It says, write the inverse. Remember that the inverse of P implies Q is just to negate both of them. Not P implies not Q, the opposite of each of the statements. My original statement is, if frogs like snow, then Anne did not go out Thursday night. What would be the opposite of frogs liking snow? Do not like snow. So if frogs don't like snow, don't like snow, then what would be the opposite truth value of saying Anne did not go out Thursday night? Well, Anne did go out Thursday night. So then Anne, and we'll just put went out Thursday night. All right, there is my inverse. If frogs don't like snow, then Anne went out Thursday night. And now one of the hardest ones, the contrapositive. Number 22, write the contrapositive. If Wendy doesn't like football, then Charlie doesn't like peanuts. Remember that the contrapositive not only takes the if and the then and flips them around, but changes both of them to their opposite, negates both of them. So my if in the contrapositive will be the opposite of the then. So I will write if Charlie likes peanuts, that'd be the opposite of doesn't like peanuts. If Charlie likes peanuts, then, and now the opposite of the if part. Wendy likes football. Wendy likes football. And anyway, how can you not like football? Honestly. There's my contrapositive statement. If Charlie likes peanuts, then Wendy likes football. All right, that's section 2 too.